Hello, Scrappy Peeps. Suzanna here today to share with you this summer Fun in the Sun layout. So this is for the August YouTube hop for a cherry on top, and this month we are creating the theme of our creations is Fun in the Sun, and there happens to be a digital cut file created by a cherry on top, available on a cherry on top, and that says Fun in the Sun. And so that is what I'm using as the title that I'm going to supplement with one of these pieces of paper. The baseball part of this so it's going to be Baseball Fun in the Sun is the title. So I am doing what I like to do best, which is mixing and matching collections. So you can see here I have the cut apart cards from Simple Stories from their Simple collections. And this was the sports one that came out a little while ago, and this is still available over in the store. So I do not have the embellishments, so I'm creating my own embellishments by cutting out the elements from the cut aparts. You can see for the digital cut file, I have cut out Fun in the Sun. And so for that, I am also using Little Builder from Echo Park, an older collection as well. And so I cut that out using that chevron blue tone on tone for Fun on the Sun. And then for the actual sun, and then the letter Sun, because I thought I might insert those in there as well, that is the Simple Stories latest summer collection there. So I am fussy cutting the word baseball because I want to add that to the title, as I mentioned earlier, and not having the embellishments. Again, I am just fussy cutting, and when you're fussy cutting, remember to move the paper as you close down your scissors to get nice clean cuts there. So I like the way that that has a lighter blue, which just brings in another color palette to that. So this piece of pattern paper is also from the Little Builder Echo Park collection. And again, I like the way that it pulls that lighter blue, a little bit of softness into that really, really, really bright yellow that I'm using as a background. This is a scrap, as you can see from my collection. This is a Bello Boulevard Besties, and it's just the red. And again, you can see my daughter's red shirt. They were at a Cincinnati Reds baseball game, and so I wanted to pull in a little bit more of that red. So now I want the baseball the mitt with the ball in the middle, so I'm going to cut that out again as an embellishment, and that's pretty much going to be the elements that I am using for this layout, because it's a simple grid, but that's all I need given the really the boldness of that digital cut file there. So you can see previously that I had the baseball bats that are crossing that I really wanted to use. I'm going to struggle with that, and the reason I left it in this process video is to show you that sometimes elements that you really, really want to use, it just sometimes less is more, and you don't really need to push the envelope with things. So I created a second red strip. I just like the way that it pulls everything together with that red. It kind of sandwiches the photos, and so I scallop cut that just for a little bit of softness. The circles in the scallops, or the roundness in the scallops, goes with the roundness in the sun. And so I'm going to just use that, again, like I said, to sandwich the photos, add a little bit more red, and contrast to that really bright yellow that's in there. Normally I would put the photos first and then create my sandwich on top and below with the bread, but I don't know why I didn't do that this time around. I haven't been creating a lot of layouts lately, and so I think there's definitely skills in the different types of things that we create that we tend to lose and need to refine. It's like you don't forget how to ride a bicycle, right? You pick it up, but you have to sort of find your way, muddle your way through it again. So now I've adhered or am adhering all of these pieces, and you can see that black again just really grounds the bottom of the layout there. So I'm going to pop this up on some foam, and that takes a lot of foam because it's a fairly big embellishment. I think if I had bought this collection earlier on, I believe they're chipboard pieces, but I might be wrong. In fact, there's a part of me that's questioning that because these are simple collections, so they probably didn't have that. But I like the dimension that this is creating, and so you can get this foam. I love this double-sided foam adhesive that comes from a cherry on top. There's a 1/2 inch, a 1/4 inch, and then a 3/8 inch that's available. There may be other sizes as well, but those are the 3 sizes that I own and use a lot. I am using liquid adhesive to adhere this down because it's fine detail work. This has a fine metal tip on it. I highly recommend that if you are doing a lot of fine detail work. And it doesn't dry too fast, so you can spend a lot of time, like I just did, putting all of that adhesive on there, and that is going to be the title. So this is the piece that I cut from the newer Simple Stories collection. Again, I've mixed 3 different manufacturers here, and that's okay, right? Because it all works together. I just wanted something a little bit different in that yellow for the sun. And I decided that I wasn't going to use the words the innards for sun because it looked weird having half of it be in a different font there. So again, more foam adhesive. I felt like I needed something to complement the dimension of the baseball mitt, and so I decided to put baseball itself up on foam, but you can see it's really fussy because there's it's cursive and there's a lot of spaces in there, so it does require some patience and some detail work, but it's worth the effort in my mind anyway. It's not for some people, right? Like some people really like acrylic elements on their pages, and I just don't like the weight, and it feels like a skyscraper on my page. So we each have our preferences. I did save the eye for this for a change, but I want it tucked up underneath, and so I have to use my tweezers in order to get that in there. And that is really the guts of the layout. Now I'm just going to go in and put in some finer details. I really wanted those baseball bats, but they just don't work. It ends up being too top heavy if I put it up the top. It ends up being too center busy if weighted if I put it down the bottom, and that's just kind of where your focus is, leaving it there. And so I am going to remove that and just be happy with that extra space in that light blue, which is where I will do my journaling. So I have this yellow stickles that was sitting in my shopping cart, and I'm going to definitely have to order that because there was no yellow coming out of there. So I have just used a clear white stickles just for a little added sparkle, right? The sun, when it's out, sparkles and creates a lovely shimmer, and so I decided to add a little bit of texture and shimmer there via these stickles. I have had these stickles containers, these whatever you want to call them, bottles, forever. And I appreciate that it's a product that we spent, money on that has lasted over time, because some things, like some of these enamels, they are awful. They have yellowed, but stickles, no, they have lasted. See, I'm telling you, I really wanted to use this, and it was hard for me to admit that it was not going to work. So now I have the sticker sheet, the 12 by 12 sticker sheet from the Simple Stories collection, and I'm going to use elements of that are color relevant to the page. Really, that's sort of a really hot pink, the good vibes and that flower more than it is the red, but it's a close enough match that I am going to use one of the word phrases. So I have the summer sticker there to indicate summer fun, but because I'm overlapping it over the element that I've already popped up on foam, I have to add a little bit more foam to that. Again, fussy work that I think I just cut out. I edited that out. This video is longer than most of my videos. They tend to be about 7 to 8 minutes, and this is longer than that. So I tried to omit things that seem to feel redundant. Layering up all of the digital cut file, the self-created embellishment, and the sticker there create a fun little cluster to add a little bit of pink up, or red, really pink. It's really pink, but we'll call it red, up to the top there. And then of course you have to have some sunglasses when you're in the sun. So we have the sunglasses sticker, and then a word phrase. And I just like the way that these word phrases continue that horizontal theme that I have running throughout the layout. So again, this is a YouTube hop for a cherry on top. Be sure to leave a comment as an entry on each of the girls' videos for a chance to win a $25 gift certificate to a cherry on top. Be sure to check out all the other girls' great inspiration for fun in the sun. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well. Come back again soon. Take care.